ABC 7's Ray Collins is joining us live in the newsroom tonight with more on this story. Ray.
Haley, voters turned it down statewide 2 years ago, but this time the city of Sarasota isn't taking any chances. When Florida voters went to the polls 2 years ago, the medical marijuana initiative didn't get the 60% it needed to amend the state constitution. But the issue is now back again, and the city of Sarasota is again taking proactive steps on where medical marijuana dispensaries could be located.
And should this amendment pass, we may have people coming in who say, well, I like to set up here. No, I like to set up over here. And so to get ahead of that.
Just in case it passes this time, and the polls show it should, Mayor Willie Shaw and the majority of City Commission voted to impose a 9-month moratorium on dispensaries. They want time to figure out zoning and building regulations. The mayor doesn't know where the dispensaries would go, but he knows where they won't go.
I'm sure we won't have them near schools.
Commissioners approved a 9-month moratorium 4-1, with the lone dissenting vote being Commissioner Liz Alpert, who thought 6 months was more appropriate.
Well, it just seemed to me that should be enough time to come up with a regulation when we already regulate pain clinics and liquor stores. So how hard could it be to come up with a regulation for medical marijuana dispensaries?
Commissioner Alpert says she wonders if some commissioners were trying to send a message with a longer medical marijuana moratorium.
I'm not sure, but just something didn't feel right to me. It just sort of felt like it was an attempt perhaps to keep it out of the city altogether.
We went back and asked the mayor if that was true with him. How do you feel about the idea of having dispensaries in the city of Sarasota, in the proper places?
In the proper places, I'm very much under the idea of compassion for those who are so deemed necessary to have an alternative to different medications.
A recent poll by the Florida Chamber of Commerce showed about 70% of likely voters would approve medical marijuana. Haley, right now about almost half the states currently have it in place.
So, Ray, this has been on the ballot for months. Why did the city wait until just weeks before the election to start thinking about the zoning and the regulations involved?
The mayor says it has been an ongoing discussion in City Hall. And they also point out that the state health officials might take about 9 months until the state approves it and approves the go-ahead. So we'll see how it turns out next month at the polls.
All right. Thank you, Ray.